Hey y'all, I'm back. This is something that I have always wanted to do since I started this channel. This was actually my original intention when I started this channel. And, you know, I've been through so much and been pulled this way and that way with the energies. And it's like now, almost a year later, like a couple of months shy of a year later, I'm doing what I originally planned to do in the first place, which is do tarot readings or tarot scopes, as they may call it, based on transits that happen. And I'm not talking just about full moons and, eclipses and, retrogrades. I'm talking about the stars and the planets and the heavens that are always in motion. Every single day, there are well, almost every day, there are significant planetary transits that are happening and they are affecting us in a big way. And most people don't know this. That's why they think astrology is like for entertainment. That's why people think astrology is a joke because they don't know nothing about it. All they know is their sun sign. They don't even know their own chart, let alone what's happening in the skies right above their heads. And this is the lost art that our people, and I'm saying our people because I am a black woman, our people, ancient people, this was their life. This was before there was electricity, when they had fire to keep, to give them light at nighttime. And they can look up and see all types of stuff that we can't even see because we have so many of our own light and our own, pollutions and stuff that we have out in the atmosphere. We can't even see the heavens with the naked eye the way that they could see it. But they used the sky for direction. They used the universe for direction. They were guided by the universe. And I've been into that for years. I would say about 7 or 8 years now. I was always into like horoscopes and stuff growing up, but like 7 or 8 years now, just like heavy, strong into astrology. Like I'm always just paying attention to what the transits are. And I keep up with the site called Planet Watcher, planetwatcher.com, where you can see major transits that are coming on the way. The next one up for us is this coming Wednesday. It'll be in the morning. It'll be exact in the morning on Wednesday about 6:30 to 7 my time, which is Eastern Standard Time in the USA. But you feel the energy usually like a day or two before and a day or two after. And this is the Sun Sextile Pluto transit. The Sun is in Pisces. It is in a sextile aspect with Pluto and Capricorn. A sextile aspect is exactly 60 degrees apart. That's all that is. You have Pluto here, and exactly 60 degrees away is the sun, but they form strong aspects. And the way I'm doing these cards, this center card symbolizes the aspect and the energy that it has for us. We have the 10 of coins for this aspect on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, March 13th. The 10 of coins is a card of prosperity, of generational wealth, which means that this is something that has the ability to create a long lasting effect. Now, everybody won't use this energy. So for some people, it'll just be a day where you have a good day. You'll just have a really good day. Things will go right for you. Things will feel good. And I'm really leaning toward the feeling good side because this is an energy of a day that could be about indulgence, indulging yourself. And I'll speak more on that too when I get into the Capricorn Pluto. But for those who do utilize the energy, you have the ability here to set in motion something that will last for generations if you plan strategically. At the least, you have the chance to do something that will net you a good amount of money, that'll bring you a lot of money and very soon. So you want to take advantage of that with that sextile energy. Now, over here on this side, this is representative of the sun in Pisces. And on this side, we have the Page of Pentacles that I pulled first, and then the Knight of Swords. So I do feel that with both the page and the Knight, you'll be introducing yourself into a new environment or starting to do things in a different way. You could do something that's a little bit out of routine. The Page of Pentacles is, just trying to find their place in a new environment, trying to get their bearings, trying to learn the best way to do something. The Knight of Swords is about communication and possibly being in your face about it, because the sun is, is shining. You can't hide the sun. So you could come out breaking onto the scene in a new environment, whether it be a new job, a new relationship, new business. You could be traveling somewhere for the first time. Whatever it is like you're breaking onto the scene. You're showing up on a new scenery, doing a new thing. And you have good energy here with that sextile energy. 60 degrees, that equals out to the number six, which is an energy of nurturing and growing and birthing something. So this is a good opportunity to do that. Now, the interesting side for me is with this Pluto and Capricorn energy over here. Because Capricorn is already has the affiliation with the devil and the tarot, and Saturn, the one who eats his babies. So there's kind of a darkness here. There's kind of a dark energy. The Ten of Swords came out first, which, if you're into tarot, a lot of people fear the Ten of Swords. And then you have the Magician. The Magician can make anything work in his favor, and it's also a card of manipulation. Now, with the Ten of Swords, this is something like maybe an institution that has been in power, and or something that has reigned for a long time. And admittedly, it's overstayed its welcome. It's a reign that should probably have come to an end a long time ago. Hey, good morning. It should have come to an end a long time ago. But with Pluto and Capricorn sextiling the Sun in Pisces, I feel like a lot of people are going to start to play the game versus trying to change the game, because you realize you're up against something that's much bigger than you. Here you are on this side with the Knight of Swords against 10 whole swords on this side. And I feel like this person right here is somebody who tried to stop the rain, somebody who tried to get in the way of where this big vehicle was going, this big agenda was going. And when I say agenda, I mean like political agendas, certain, classes or groups of people, their agenda, the black agenda, the gay agenda, the rich agenda, the fat agenda, the skinny agenda. Every group of people who have separated themselves, and they seem to kind of just be offended about everything, or want to fight about everything, or want to come against anything that may, even slightly feel like it's shade. That type of agenda, Republican, Democratic, whatever the case may be. I feel like with the Sun sextiling Pluto and Capricorn, today is a day where you can actually use that to your favor. Some people are afraid to dig into energy like this. They're the ones who, well, that's wrong. Well, we shouldn't do that. I'm a firm believer that there is no right, there is no wrong. I'm a flawed human being. I'm an imperfect person. So sometimes I'll still get mad at something if it don't necessarily, mesh well with my beliefs. But underneath it all, I check myself and realize that there is no right, there is no wrong. It's just all of us doing our best to get through life the best way we know how. Indulging ourselves along the way, doing what we can to make ourselves feel better. And the people that, miss out on this opportunity, hey, it's, oh well. Be the person who is like, well, it's not right all the time, and you'll probably end up like this. If you're always the person who wants to, you want to fight the system and fight the man and stand up for what's right, instead of actually learning how to play the game with your own hidden agenda, so that you can actually come up and win and do something for yourself, then you can turn around and help people. Oh well, that's you. You just end up getting rolled over, because you realize at this point on this day, or a couple of days before or after, you realize that I mean, it is what it is. The world is how it is, and it ain't gonna change just because you yell at the top of your lungs. One person yelling at the top of their lungs, "This is not right." Okay, and no one is gonna care, because you don't really have anything to offer anybody. So why would anybody care to listen to you? This is a day when you realize that in order to beat them, you have to at least join. You have to join them first. There's a strategy called divide and conquer. And in order to divide, you have to first slither on in there. You got to move on in there. Then once you're in there and they're comfortable with you, then you can start putting in somebody's ear. and putting in the other person's ear and dividing them like that. See, the magician understands this because the magician ain't thinking with his feelings, he's thinking with his mind. It's mind over matter here with the magician, and they know that that all is mental. So when they have total and full control of their mentality and are not allowing their emotions to cause them to, miss out on opportunities, that's when you can tap into this here energy, which is the energy that's available for you with the Sun sextile Pluto transit on Wednesday, March 13th. Give or take a day or two, you'll be feeling this energy. We pulled the Goddess Guidance card and it said boundaries. Boundary says love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And from most people's perspective, they'd be like, well, I just don't let people, that just means don't let people, get me down, or don't let people stop me from my mission. I feel is like this boundaries card in this particular spread means that you have so much control over yourself that it don't matter what people try to say to you or what people try to do to you. They can't get your energy. They absolutely can't get your energy because you have such a solid, firm understanding of what it is that you're doing. The magician knows what's going on here. The magician knows that there's this system that is probably not right, that should have been dismantled a long time ago. The magician knows that. But instead of crying about it, which is not having your boundaries up because you allow something to get into your heart, you allow it to affect you in a way that you're not even thinking straight anymore. You just purely emotion. You out here spilling your emotions everywhere. That's not magician energy. The magician knows how to manipulate to his achieved end to get what it is that he wants. This is basically like Steve Harvey said a while ago. The best thing you can do for a broke person is not be one. You standing with an oppressed people, you're standing with a bullied, group of people, you're standing with you know, a meek group of people, and thinking that you're gonna fight this huge system. I don't know what David and Goliath type of stories you listening to, but it don't work like that. It don't work like that. That's fiction, honey. This is real life. You better take a lesson from Robin Hood. If you can't beat them, join them. But this is that energy is like breaking into a new scene. I feel like with the sun in Pisces, some people will start seeing with a different type of clarity. You'll be seeing with a different type of clarity. You see the situation in a different way. You communicate in a different way. You go about things in a different way. With the Knight of Swords, it's like it's a different type of mentality. And you have the ability to use that, on a small scale. You could just go out and, have fun, have a day where you just, like maybe have drinks and you go out to a bar or something, and you just kind of, you have I'm gonna use this example. You have, like men that are typically what they call the toxic masculines and stuff. And, they hit on women and talk crazy about women. So you go in there and you use your feminine wiles on them. You turn it up all. I'm talking about red lipstick, super sweet voice like this, and just all in their face, like putting your cleavage in their face and getting them to just slobber over you. Because that's the reason why, men talk about hoes all the time anyway, because they're secretly obsessed with them, right? You know that, right? So on a small scale, it could be something like that. You go in and you get whatever you want out of somebody who usually spend all this time talking about these loose hoes and, these promiscuous women, that, and women need to be covered from head to toe, this, on a smaller scale. On a larger scale, you can infiltrate, you can get it, you can rub shoulders with the haves, even though you come from the have nots. And you quit thinking about, oh, I'm selling out. You stop worrying about selling out. You put that boundary up where you don't care if nobody think you a sellout, because all you're going to do is get your money up, stack your money up, and then come back around and do for the people who don't have. You have to detach yourself from wanting to stay loyal to people who don't have nothing. What you gonna be loyal to that for? Y'all can't do nothing for each other. Broke down and oppressed. What are y'all gonna do? There's no power in oppression. There's no honor in being oppressed. There ain't nothing cute. Ain't nothing worth glorifying about being oppressed, about being poor, about being broken, about being bullied. So to sit there as a victim and continue to just hurdle together as victims just to repeat the story that you're victims. Example, Black Lives Matter. Just to come together and keep telling stories about how you're victimized. Ain't no power in that. Ain't no power in that. That's just a collective hive mentality of oppression. So they ain't doing nothing but building on the energy of oppression. But then you have some people who have the magician mindset, who can look at a system and say, yeah, it's fucked up, but I have everything I need to overcome it. And a lot of times I'm going to have to join it in order to overcome it. So I'm going to have to play this game. I understand it was set up a certain way. So let me play this game by their rules so that I can overcome these issues and so that I can, let me figure out this new environment. Let me learn how to walk their walk, how to talk their talk. So I blend in. And so they don't see that I have my own ulterior motives for, getting this 10 of coins. I don't want to be rich to oppress somebody else. I don't want to be, I don't want to have status and power just to join your system and be an elite. I want to have this status and power so that I can actually do something for people who are disenfranchised or who, don't have the same opportunities. I want to show them that it can be done. So I'm gonna play this game with y'all. I'm gonna game this system. I'm not gonna cry about the cards I was dealt. I'm gonna play these cards masterfully with the magician card and turn this, these power struggles, this system of power that again should have been dismantled a long time ago. I'm gonna use that for my benefit and make long lasting changes in my life and those around me. Because the 10 of coins, this is like generational wealth. This is legacy. Only you know where you're at right now in your life, but you have the ability to make these type of changes in your life. And again, with the boundaries, you have to have such a mental strength and a clarity of mind that you know what it is that you're doing. Because you walk up in this system, you try to play this game, and you start getting swayed every which way and allowing people to get in your ear, and you forget who you are. You're gonna lose yourself. You're gonna end up just like this 10 of swords. You're gonna lose yourself. This shit gonna eat you up and spit you out. But when you have that, strength of mind, you have those boundaries, not allowing your emotions to get the best of you, you can make major moves. The oracle says, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Mm. Again, we are guided by these planetary transits. Wherever it falls for you in your life right now, you may feel this urge to just try to just kind of do things differently. You may realize that you're trying to fight something head on, not working for you, not working. So we're gonna try something different. And something I just found out is that dragonflies, they say, are the highest vibrational insect. They also symbolize change. So this is a whole change in how you conduct yourself, the people that you hang around, the thoughts that you entertain, the narratives that you allow yourself to be fed. You have to trust where you're being guided and not doubt yourself. And don't feel that you selling out. Don't feel that you are, doing things. There is, like I said, there is no right, there is no wrong. There just simply is. And when people get that, you'll come out of that victim mentality and start to just play the game. It's all a game. If you ain't playing, you losing. I promise you. This whole 3D reality is all simulation. If you're not playing the game, you losing. If you allowing somebody else's objectives, if you allowing somebody else's motives and missions and agenda to be impressed upon you, you're losing. The minute you start holding your holding your wand up in deciding which way you want to go. That's the day you start winning. That's the day you start to secure a legacy for your people, for your descendants, for your tribe. And you have this energy available to you. Wednesday, 13th. Wednesday, March the 13th, 2019. So let's just say this whole week between Monday and Friday, this energy is going to be there for you. So just be vigilant. If you have to dig into your bag of tricks to make something happen, make it happen. If you find yourself feeling like you kind of have to manipulate a situation in your favor, manipulate that shit, because only you know what your ultimate goal is. Yeah, people will look at the act. It's wrong to manipulate people. It's wrong to seduce people. It's wrong to oppress people. It's wrong to discriminate or exclude people. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm a black woman and I discriminate. I see a person that look a certain type of way. I'm not trying to chill with them. I'm not going over there. I don't care what your personality is like. I'm not trying to find out. Because who's to say your personality is like that? I'm not taking that chance. It's not worth the risk for me. And people will look at that like, oh, that's wrong. But I have a family to take care of. So just because I'm curious about who your personality is, I'm gonna take a chance to lose my life to go find out who you are. Fuck that. Again, only you know what your ultimate goal is. So only you have the say about what's right and what's wrong in your life. Right just means it's the right direction to go. Wrong just means it's the wrong direction to go. And you have to trust that direction. Feel those vibrations. Stay in a high vibrational place. Don't don't condemn yourself. Don't feel guilty about the decisions you make, because your vibration determines everything. You can do something quote unquote bad, but if you do it in a high vibration where you don't have no guilt, no shame, or nothing about it, that's how you have people in the top 1%. They've done actions that most would consider bad, but they don't feel no remorse about it. So they don't get no negative karma. The universe is not going to deliver to them bad when they in such a high vibration. What it is that they've learned how to play the game. They know how to play the game. They know it's all about vibration. They know that all is mental. So if you vibrating high, if all you have on your mind is prosperity and wealth and legacy and living good and living lavish and luxury, and you don't have no type of guilt, you don't have no type of remorse about what it is you do, what can the universe deliver to you? The stuff that's on your mind: goodness, legacy, luxury, wealth, leisure. It's people on the bottom of the totem pole who are stuck with guilt. You see things as right or wrong. You condemn instead of just playing the game. And that is why you stay at the bottom. That is why we stay at the bottom. You got to change your thoughts. You have to change your mind. You have to play the game. The name of the game is vibration. And you have to get your vibration as high as possible, even if it means doing something that you always thought. It may be something that you could never have really pictured yourself doing, and you may find yourself doing it this week, especially on Wednesday when this transit is exact. You may find yourself doing something you never thought you would do, from prostitution up to extortion. It runs the gamut of crimes, or of, not so upstanding by our standards actions. But if you know that you're doing it for ultimately a good cause, is it really wrong? Is it right? There is no right or wrong. It just is what it is. It's you playing the game. Because if you're not playing, you're losing. So that is the reading for the Sun Sextile Pluto transit that we have this Wednesday, Eastern Standard Time again. So it'll be exact around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Figure out what that is for you on March 13th, 2019. And I wish y'all the best. I'll be doing these more, because this is what I originally intended for this channel. So thank you for watching the live, for kicking it with me. Thank you, Jamila. Thank you, Jamila. Thank you for kicking it with me on the live, and for those who catch the replay, I hope y'all use this energy to your advantage, and I wish y'all all the best of luck. Okay, y'all have a good day. Bye.